Hey guys, I just want to shoot a real quick video talking about a sequel that's recently been announced. Because, in today's worlds of remakes, reboots, and sequels to classic horror movies, there is one that was announced back in September that I am now genuinely excited for. A sequel, to Killer Klowns From Outer Space. It feels like that movie, a sequel to that movie, has been in production hell forever, ever since a other sequel was developed in the 2000s, but according to the Kyoto brothers on the DVD audio commentary of the original. And then another sequel was announced in 2011, being a 3D sequel, and also being a requel, which is a part reboot, part sequel, similar to Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn. What else should I say? And as of September, we are finally going to get a true sequel to that movie. This is really awesome. I'll be honest with you. This is really good news, as we've been waiting for a sequel for a long time, and now it looks like we're finally going to get it. We're going to have the Kyoto brothers back. Stephen Kyoto is going to be back to direct. The Kyoto brothers are going to be back to produce, write, and direct, and John Massari will be back to do the score. And I sure hope it's a mix of synthesizer and orchestra this time. And so, now you might be asking, and I'm going to ask this too, what could be the cause of the sequel to be announced? Well, just like many others, I had speculated that the cause can be traced to one thing that the announcement of a sequel to Killer Klowns was confirmed. The release of It last year. This movie made a lot of numbers, being the biggest box office number last year, making like $700 million on its opening weekend. And what's even better than the box office? It was the reviews. That is pretty good, even for a movie which doesn't really get great reviews. It is easy to see how the Kyoto brothers can be in response of It, which is a clown movie similar to their Killer Klowns From Outer Space. But to me, the similarities between the two end there. And I thought it was really crazy if the Kyoto brothers announced a Killer Klowns sequel, if indeed it was due to It. Because It and... Hold on. Where'd I put it? Hold on. Let me just... Well... It and Killer Klowns From Outer Space are very different horror movies with little to do with each other beyond both being horror with clowns. Because It is rated R, Killer Klowns From Outer Space is PG-13. Killer Klowns is a campy horror, while this is a serious horror based on a Stephen King novel, complete with gore and blood. And for now I don't know the specifics of the and what's similar to those is that a remake to It has been in development for honestly ever since the 2000s. It's very strange that just like the sequel to Killer Klowns, It took a long time to make, which was a remake of the original 1990s miniseries and a very different take on Stephen King's novel. And I'm glad a sequel is finally being announced. And I just sure hope they don't delay it for multiple times, similar to they did with their last sequel they announced. But the one good thing I can do is well, for now at least, we're finally going to be getting a sequel to Killer Klowns From Outer Space. It's one of the best horror comedies of all time, as well as one of my own personal favorite horror movies. This is a big surprise of September. Well, but until then, there's still a billion other sequels and remakes to keep me occupied, like next year's Child's Play. There's It Chapter 2, the Pet Sematary remake, Jeepers Creepers 4, a sequel to 2018's Halloween. What else? Well, and also with this news, I can't help but wonder if we'll be hearing about out the out a I can't help but wonder if we'll be hearing about an It Chapter 3 being announced, which will be an origin story to Pennywise. It seems more likely to happen to me now. On the other hand, maybe the Keeler brothers finally are doing something good for me and finally give us all what we wanted. And that's my video for today. Now let me know what you guys think. What did you think about the Killer Klowns from Outer Space sequel getting announced? Was it really good news after waiting for one for a long time? Or do you think it's going to be terrible? Rich Patterson signing out. Goodbye. And have a Merry Christmas.